I've been studying my foreign language for a while, but I freeze up when I have a conversation with a native speaker. This is probably the most common concern I hear from intermediate learners who have become comfortable with vocabulary, they can read well, they can even understand the spoken language well, but suddenly they feel uncomfortable when they want to have a discussion with someone who speaks the target language as a first language. However, it is a necessary skill to develop, as speaking a language well is a core part of becoming fluent in that language. Fortunately, though, there are ways that we can practice our speaking skills without actually speaking with a native speaker. And I'd like to share some tips with you. The first thing I can recommend is reading out loud. You should at this stage be comfortable with understanding books and articles of a variety of complexities. If you read out what you're reading, it's a very good way of becoming familiar with the pronunciation and making that pronunciation feel more natural to you. Related to that, given that there's a plethora of content on YouTube in any target language, something I can recommend is the shadowing technique, where you listen to what someone is saying, you pause the video, and then you repeat what the speaker has said. One of the huge advantages of this technique is that you learn the rhythm, and also you can check your pronunciation in the foreign language. Things that you might not get if you were speaking the language or simply by reading it from an existing text. Then the third tip that I have is probably the most unexplored right now, and that is using ChatGPT. So everyone knows about ChatGPT at this stage, and one thing, however, that is not quite as well known is that ChatGPT has a dialogue format. It has a speech recognition program in it. If you ask ChatGPT to speak a foreign language with you, in that foreign language, he's very obliging, and you can hold a full-on dialogue with him without any other human there to judge you. For example, if I were to open up ChatGPT, click on the microphone button and say, ChatGPT, me gustaría tener una conversación contigo en español. He will speak fully in Spanish with me and even correct your pronunciation if you ask him to do so. This is probably the most effective of the tools that I've mentioned so far. The fourth tip I'd like to recommend to you is finding a language learning partner. Choose someone who, like you, is actually learning this target language. If you're a French learner, choose someone who's also learning French with you. You can try speak to each other in the foreign language in French. Even though neither of you are fluent in the language by definition, you are activating the same neural pathways when you try and hold a conversation with your peer. And also you're speaking with someone whose level of knowledge and skill is more or less the same as yours, so you don't have to fear feeling awkward. And then finally, the last thing I'd like to recommend, and this is somewhat of a renunciation of the point of the video, is try and speak with native speakers. I know that you're here largely because you feel self-conscious already about speaking with native speakers, but one of the things that I'd like to emphasize is that people are surprisingly friendly if they can see that you're making an effort to speak their language. I speak Spanish fluently, and I've not once in my life come across any Spanish speaker who has expressed anything except appreciation for my efforts in learning Spanish, and I'm sure it's the same with the rest of you. People tend to be a lot more friendly if we give them that, if we initially want to assume that they're going to be more friendly with us. We're all aware of this spotlight effect where we become hyper-conscious about how we come across. In reality, most of our mistakes, even native speakers won't really care about. So I strongly recommend that in addition to the tools that I've already suggested, try and find a native speaker you can talk to. You'll be surprised by how welcoming they will be.
You look like a charming and a delightful person to be around. And I'm here to tell you that you're in good company. You see, the Language Learners Club specifically selects applicants so that we only have people just like you. If you're at all interested in learning foreign languages, if you're a student or a teacher of languages, or you simply just want to participate in the beautiful cultures that are associated with the languages that we love, join our group and join our club in the description below. I can't wait to see you.